What's up, guys? I'm here with super middleweight prospect Will Rosinsky, four-time New York Golden Glove champ. How you doing, Will?
I'm good. Feeling good.
How about I already mentioned some of your amateur credentials with the 4 New York time Golden Gloves. Any other amateur credentials you have?
The biggest one was the U.S. I was U.S. champion in 2005. I went on to fight on the USA team. Went into China, Hungary, Russia. I was actually the team captain, which was cool. And but I think the biggest thing that people notice is the Golden Gloves, because that's a very large tournament.
Okay. You fight anybody notable in the amateurs across seas?
Overseas, not really. I don't remember their names because they were from other countries, but I fought some guys, you know, that are now currently undefeated as pros, like Brandon Gonzalez. I beat in the amateurs.
Okay.
He's fighting actually a week after me on Showtime. He's fighting in the main event. Dennis Hassan is also a good pro. He's like 11-0. His kid Marcus Olivieri is 21-0 now as a pro. And you know, I lost to some good guys in the amateurs that are all undefeated now. I lost to the Olympian the year I was fighting. Okay. So, you know, I had some notable wins, notable losses.
Okay. And we all know you're from New York, but what part of New York, what neighborhood, what borough you represent?
I was originally from Ozone Park, Queens. Now I'm residing out of Maspeth, Queens, but I represent Ozone Park as a New Legend Boxing Club. Okay.
And how do you feel about your first televised fight?
You know what? It's no different. I fought it like I mentioned to other people. I fought at the Garden, where it holds almost 3,500 people, where there's cameras in your face. This place holds like 2,500, and there's cameras. Whether it's going to be on Showtime or MSG, it's the same thing to me. So I think I'm ready for all that camera stuff and everything like that. It's nothing that's going to defer me from anything.
Okay. And how well do you know Edwin Rodriguez, your opponent?
Actually, we were roommates in the amateurs. We were in China together. We were roommates, I think, in Hungary. He was probably one of the 2 kids in the USA team that I got along with. Okay. You know, we played jokes on each other, this and that. Had a slap boxing match on the way home in China in the back of the cab. You know, we're cool, but it is what it is. This is a business. Boxing's a business, and you know, he's my stepping stone, and he's got the spotlight right now, and I think he's a perfect match for what I need to fight.
Okay, so considering you say you got along, do you consider him a friend, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would definitely consider him a friend. I mean, when it comes fight night, we won't be friends. Okay. But as soon as that final bell rings, I think it's gonna go right back to where it was.
All right, I heard a little rumor that there's something going on Facebook. You want to explain that to me?
Now, basically, well, it's come up for us to fight each other in the past already. And he actually hit me up on Facebook and said, has it been mentioned? And this was 2 years ago. And I said, yeah, it was mentioned, whatever, you know, nothing really came of it. And then he said to me, all right, well, you know, I'd rather fight you for a lot of money if we're going to fight, you know, in the same weight class. I said, yeah, definitely. And that was it. Just recently, when this all came about again, I took the fight. I said, yeah, I'll fight him. He hit me up on Facebook again, mentioned something about fighting. And I told him straight up, I said, listen, they offered me to fight. I said, okay. He said, well, you know, I understand it's a business. We're both fighters. I understand your position, but I don't want to fight you. Not for the money that they're offering. I don't know what happened in between all that. I said, okay. That was my response. I don't know what happened in between all that, but I get a phone call a day or 2 later, said they're taking the fight. I said, no problem. Went on my Facebook, and Edwin was no longer my friend. But it's all right. You know, I think that has something to do with, you know, his team probably not wanting to have contact. Not that we're going to sit there and talk and tell him what I'm doing every day, but I think it's better that, you know, out of sight, out of mind type of thing, and just concentrate on the fight. Okay. By
him telling you he didn't want the fight now and saying that he wanted more money for the fight, do you think there was some doubt in his mind, or do you think legitimately he wanted more money for the fight when y'all both are up-and-coming champions or something like that?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he does have some doubt. He knows what I bring to the table because we know each other from the amateurs. Myself, like him, has gotten better since the amateurs. Okay. So I know that I'm going to be expecting more. But so I think it was partially doubt, and I think probably to him it was like, to fight this kid and put so much at risk, I'm gonna want more money again because he knows what I'm bringing to the table.
Oh.
So I think it's a mixture of both, and I think that I think that they kind of convinced him to take, because I believe they started saying that I was talking shit about him, saying that he's scared. I mean, none of that stuff came out of my mouth, but if that's what it took for his people to make him take the fight, then that's what it took.
Okay. And how's training going so far?
It's going great. I'm already on weight. I'm actually a little underweight already.
Oh wow.
Which is a beautiful thing. And that was because between the training with Felipe Gomez and also the science part of it, which was with Jay Rodriguez and Mike Spiegel at Crunch Gym. I think the mixture of both, when you put science behind losing weight rather than just wearing a sauna suit or running 100 miles, I think it makes life a lot easier than doing it the quote-unquote old school way.
Okay. And how do you feel about being the underdog?
I like it. I like it. The reason why too is because I don't feel like there's any pressure on me. Okay. When you're expected to do something, when you're expected to win, you feel so much pressure. You feel like you have to go by those guidelines that people expect. When I'm the underdog, people are not expecting a lot. So for me, it gives me a chance to show people that they're wrong. Therefore, it makes me train harder and go beyond everyone's expectations.
It's kind of weird for me because I remember seeing you in the amateurs, and I remember you always being the favorite. And now for me seeing you as the underdog, it's kind of weird for me personally. But on to the next question. How long have you been boxing, and why did you start boxing?
I've been boxing about 10 years. Why I started, really just to stay in shape.
Okay.
I was like a lot of these young kids in the gym today, just looking to do something fun, something different. I did karate when I was younger. I think one thing led to another. When you're in the gym all day, every day, and you're working hard, you kind of want to see, how far you've come. So I tried the fighting thing. I won. I kept fighting. I lost in the Golden Gloves. I stuck with it because I grew a big love for it.
Okay.
And then pretty much one thing led to another.
Okay. What are your goals for boxing, just in general? What are your ultimate goals?
Definitely to become a world champion. Even more so, I want to be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I don't want to just be a world champion. A lot of people are world champions.
Okay. Last question. If you could fight anybody right now, who would it be? Just like, forget about opportunity, money, just who would it be right now?
That's a good question.
Andre Ward, Lucien Bute,
I mean,
Carl Froch.
If I could just...
Maybe Bernard Hopkins,
Yeah, I mean, I would say any of those guys. I mean, anybody, any top guy. I mean, the thing is, like you said, it's like I said before, it's a business. I mean, with me, I take it as I cross that bridge when I come.
Okay, all right.
I'm not really the type to say I'm gonna go fight this guy.
Right.
And listen, when
you don't want to.
When those guys call people out, it's because their manager, advisor behind them whispering, "Hey, this is who you got to call out as soon as this fight's over."
Okay, all right.
So I mean,
we don't want to overlook Edwin Rodriguez.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You have anything to say to your fans? Any shout outs to any promoter, anything, fighter?
Well, big shout out to Lou DiBella for giving me this opportunity, and Edwin and his team. I know, without them, this opportunity wouldn't be possible. And big shout out to everyone on the social media, on the media that are showing some love.
I'm part of the media, by the way.
Myself, and also even the naysayers. Shout out to them, because without the people saying that I can't do it, I can promise you that I wouldn't train half as hard as I did. And this is probably, and I hate when people say this, but this is the best shape I've ever been in my entire life.
All right, thank you so much for the interview.
Thanks.